So let me describe something and see if this is you. Somebody walks into your shop. They look around, they might pick up a few things. They might even say, "Oh, this is lovely." And then they walk straight back out the door again. No purchase. And you're stood there thinking, what did I do wrong? Was it the price? Did I not help them enough? Do I need to change my whole life around because I do not understand what is going on here? Now, if that's happening to you, stay with me because this isn't at all random. And there are 3 reasons why this usually happens to stores. And once you know which one is yours, you can fix it immediately. Now, I understand this is one of the most frustrating and irritating problems in retail because it feels like you're so close to the sale. Like you're not invisible. You're not getting ignored. You are getting footfall. People are coming into your store, but the sales simply are not matching the interest. And over time, that creates a really horrible loop because you start working harder. You start trying to post more. You start buying more. You start rearranging things more. You start discounting things even more. All in the hopes to try and get these people to part with their cash and spend it with you. But nothing feels consistent. But you see, when customers come in, they browse and then they leave again without making a purchase. It's usually because they didn't feel confident enough making that decision. That's it. Decision confidence is the real conversion lever that we need you to focus on here. Because in most independent retail stores, customers leave without buying because of one of these 3 reasons. Overwhelm. They don't know where to start. 2, there is no buying triggers. Nothing nudges them into actually making a decision. You're just hoping that they will. And 3, pricing perception, because price doesn't feel anchored or explained. Now, I'm going to break each of these down properly for you and give you things that you can do about them straight away. So the first one, overwhelm. Now, I'm not talking about your shop being messy or anything like that. It can happen to a stunning shop. But overwhelm happens when a customer thinks, I don't know what I'm meant to be looking at here. I don't know what's best for me. I don't know what's worth the money. Maybe I'll come back when I've got a bit more time to suss all this situation out. And you know what I'll come back means in retail? It means you'll never see them again. So, common causes of overwhelm are too many little categories trying to compete for attention. You have too much choice without any real guidance as to why somebody should choose that thing. You have nothing clearly signposted as the obvious first stop. And the shop feels like you've got a little bit of everything. Beautiful displays you have, but they don't have any clear direction, okay? So here is how you spot overwhelm fast. You have customers, they do a slow lap around your store, they leave, that's overwhelm. If they pick 3 things up, but then they put them all down again, that's overwhelm. If they ask, what do people usually buy for this type of thing? That's overwhelm. They're asking you to help them to start. And we need those things to be immediately obvious so they can go ahead and make these decisions fast. The second, no buying triggers. Now, most retailers rely on customers being naturally decisive, but I hate to break it to you, people are not decisive. People need to be led. They need to be shown. They need to be told because we're all distracted. We've all got 1,000,001 things going on in our heads. So buying triggers are the small cues that tell somebody, this is popular. This is safe. This is for you. This solves this problem. So triggers that increase conversions could be bestseller signals. Here are our top 10 products. Here are our most loved products. Customers keep coming back for these. You could have staff picks. You could say, this is Janet's favorite product of the week. This is Ruby's product of the week. Here's why. You can have occasion cues. Gifts under £20. Perfect for birthdays. Yeah? You could have problem solution messaging. Hate this? Try this. Have this problem? Try this. You could have bundles that help people to understand how they could get a result or achieve a desire faster by having a few products all at once. You could introduce social proof, which is one of the first things we all look at when we shop online, and yet no physical store, not many physical stores have social proof actually in their stores to show printed reviews, to show QR codes that show your customers exactly how other people feel about your products. We're all looking to see, has anyone bought this before? What have they said about it before? How do they feel about it? Did it help them solve this problem? Did it bring them closer to this desire? We all want to see some type of social proof, and this is huge. The key point here is a shop can look amazing and still feel like a museum or a gallery. Now, museums don't sell, right? Galleries only sell to a very, very select few people. Guided shops sell because you have given people an experience. You've created a customer journey and you have helped guide them around your store and given them the information that they need and want the most. And now number 3, the pricing perception problem. Now this one is massive and it's actually quite often misunderstood because customers don't decide wholly based on price. They decide based on whether the price makes sense to them in their head. So pricing perception gets damaged when your price is shown, but you've got no reason as to what the value is. The product is sitting next to something that makes it look too expensive. There's no anchor. You don't actually have a product the other side of it that you know you're not going to sell much of, but makes the product that you want to sell more of feel more accessible, feel like a reasonable choice. If the value isn't obvious from the presentation, people will not understand it. If your pricing label is tiny or it's unclear, asking is going to feel awkward. If a customer has to ask the price, they are already in their head trying to work out all of the excuses as to why they cannot buy that, in case you say a price that is too high for them. That makes them hesitant, right? So your job is to make the price feel normal before they even have to try and make excuses or come and do something about it for themselves. We need to assume we understand the people who are in your shop and we are helping them as much as we possibly can do. So I want to make this super practical for you. If I can get you to implement something into your shop from this video, it would be this. And I want you to create a start here path inside your shop, because this is going to be your conversion tool, right? So I don't mean having a whole redesign, not a whole rebrand, not any more new stock. This is about creating the start of a path for your customers. Because when customers walk in, their brain is asking, where on earth do I begin? And if you answer that question for them quickly, your conversion is going to improve. So here's how you can build this all out in about 30 minutes. Choose your start here zone. So I want you to pick one area near your entrance or towards your main flow. And it needs to include your most reliable sellers. Now, I'm not talking about your personal favorites in this section. That can come later. What we want are your proven sellers. And if you don't know off the top of your head, choose the items people buy the most, the items people get picked up constantly, the items that are easiest to understand. And then I want you to add one clear sign that gives direction. You want one clear sign, simple, that says, start here, our most loved pieces. New here, these are our best sellers. Not sure where to begin? Try these. Keep it short, big text. It should be easy to read from about 2 meters away. Now I want you to add a buying trigger to that zone as well. So I want you to choose just one trigger where you could have little tags that says bestseller on them. You could have staff pick tags if you want. You could have a printed customer review under select products. You could have bundle suggestions that says pairs perfectly with. Just one. Don't overdo it. Pick one and add it into this section. Now, I want you to consider which items in this section you want to focus on selling the most. Because now I want you to put a slightly higher priced item next to the item that you want to sell more of. Now, I'm not talking ridiculously high, just a bit higher. So when people come over, they start looking at it, they will see something for a slightly higher price and something at the price in which you want to sell this product more of. This makes it feel more reasonable to the person that has walked in, they're being told what your best sellers are, and now they're justifying the prices that are directly in front of them. Then, once you have done this, I want you to measure this for 14 days. For 2 weeks, I want you to track how many people have headed to the Start Here section first. Even if you just get someone to tally it on a bit of paper. Because if more people head to that direction first, they stop, they take a look, they browse, you will have more people ending up going on to buy because you have given them the signals that they need in order to trust you. That is the start of a consistent conversion. So here's what I want you to take from all this. If customers are walking in, but they're not buying, it's because you just need to help create a structure inside your shop that has been built intentionally around buying behavior. And once you do that, literally everything changes. Because instead of feeling frustrated, you can start thinking, okay, right, what do I adjust? Now, here is where most retailers get stuck. Because you watch a video like this, you get motivated, you get loads of ideas coming into your head, and you start going, right, I'm going to try this. And you know what? Hopefully it works for you. But then questions appear. Where exactly should I position it? What should I have my sign say? What if my product's very different? What if my layout doesn't actually really allow for that? How do I measure this properly to know if it's working for me? What do I then fix next on the second part of the journey? And that is exactly why I built the Retail Growth Hub. Because inside the hub, you get answers to all of your questions. I give you structure. You get step-by-step guidance to increase footfall, to improve conversions, to strengthen your pricing, to build simple retail systems, and to create buying triggers throughout your store. But more importantly, you get access to me every single weekday. If you implement the Start Here zone and you're unsure whether it's positioned correctly, you can ask. If you're not sure about what your sign should say, you can ask. If you're wondering whether your pricing feels anchored properly, you could ask. You can actually ask me absolutely anything about your business, because I want you to feel like you have got a coach in your pocket that you can just pick your phone up and say, Sam, can you help me with this? Because I want to help you. Not just once a month, not on some generic webinar, but consistently. Because retail questions don't arrive once a month. You don't want to sit there waiting for your answer to come through while you've sat through 20 other people. They show up on a Tuesday afternoon when it's quiet. They show up when you're staring at your shop thinking, what am I missing? And instead of guessing, I want you to have direction, because that is what helps build your confidence. And that's what helps you build your consistency. And that is ultimately what turns some sales into predictable sales. So if you've watched this video and thought, yeah, that's happening in my shop, and you don't want to keep figuring it out all on your own, come and say hello inside the Retail Growth Hub. The link is below this video. Even if you join and you start by asking just one question, because sometimes one small structural shift is the difference between browsing and buying. And then you know I will be there whenever you need me to help guide you through the next thing. All right? So the link is below. I hope you have a great day, and I'll speak to you soon.